Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
And we're live, bros. How goes it?
We're here. We're back.
Today's a pretty epic day. If you guys are watching live, don't forget to share this out. Do that whole like and retweet, tag a friend, all that good stuff. Looks like we got an NFT giveaway with our guest today, so I wanted to give them a chance to let you know a little bit about that. Our guest today is Graffiti Kings, my bro. How goes it? As you can see, this all here, this is you guys. So thank you so much. Let my audience know a little bit about, Graffiti Kings, a little bit about maybe who you are, and we can jump into the Graffiti Queens event for tomorrow as well.
Right, where do I start? Okay, so Graffiti Kings. So we're graffiti artists. We're a collaboration. We're a collective of graffiti artists.
All guys, right? Because it's all king.
Yeah, all guys. I started doing graffiti in 1983 when I was 10.
Wow.
Spent 10 years of just vandalism up to the mid-90s, just vandalizing shit. And then, we grow up. And then, because I've just been vandalizing things and spraying all my youth, it just turns into a profession. And then we go professional. The reason why we go professional is we do a lot of work with young children, young adults, keep getting them off the streets in diversionary projects to keep their mind occupied from other things that are disturbing their lives. And we carry on, we still do that today. But when we started doing that in the mid-90s, it got so big that the government got involved. They saw what we was doing. They liked what we was doing to the point where they published a paper on what we was doing that was then sent out to all the local governments, all the local councils in the UK. And then basically that was it. That was our endorsement by the British government to say to all the other councils in the area, if you've got a problem with graffiti, you need to speak to these guys. And that was it. Our phone didn't stop ringing. And because at that time we was just hustling, just doing things what we was doing as they go, we had to set up a company. And we set up Graffiti Kings as a limited company. Yeah, like mid-90s. And ever since then, we've been working all over the world, painting for mums and dads that may want a painting in their kids' bedrooms, right up to Hollywood studios that want us to take their movie poster and paint it on an 8-story side of a building and give it a little twist. And then we take that, all the paintings that we do, we create a viral video for it. We stick it onto our Facebook page. Luckily, we've got a huge audience of 2.4 million. And we get videos that go into like 80 million, 40 million average.
Wow.
So yeah, brands seem to like that. It's a great way of bridging the streets to the high street brands, and that's what we're now going to do with the Cryptoverse. Going to bridge the streets to the Cryptoverse, and yeah,
I'm
bring
curious,
our friends and all that.
Before crypto and blockchain and NFTs and all that, were people trying to purchase the art that you were posting in your Facebook groups, or were you monetizing that art in any way, or are you just getting into being able to monetize this with NFTs now?
Yeah, no. So we've been in and out of galleries for years, and again, private commissions. And again, because we've got a huge audience,
I should have phrased it better. Digitally.
Digital. Oh, digitally. No,
Like, sorry. Like buy the digital, yeah, exactly. Buying a JPEG of your art, right? Instead of an actual physical piece probably hasn't, been something you've done before until now with the NFTs, right?
Yeah, exactly. And again, when I got into it, I got into this space in March when we had the COVID crash in the stock market. There's me worrying about my mortgage and my bills and everything, thinking, oh my God, the economy's going down, hearing about hyperinflation. Then I start doing some research online about how to protect my wealth. I jump into gold and silver, and then I start hearing about Bitcoin. I've heard about Bitcoin, but I had no idea what it was doing. And then we go into lockdown. Got nothing else to do apart from sit at home. So I either watch Fear TV and get nowhere, or educate myself about this new technology that I was hearing about, Bitcoin, which led into Bitcoin, the blockchain, and then the NFT side of it. And that was it. The light bulb moment, art, digital. And it was just like, okay, let's get into this space. And yeah, here we are.
Well, you're bridging those two worlds together very tightly, and that image right there behind you, those moon boys. I'm not gonna lie, I think I want one more than I want a whole Bitcoin in my life right now. So, tying that physical, world to the digital world with these collectibles that you're getting into, I don't know, if you could have. If you would have been here without this lockdown. And I feel like a lot of artists are really taking like this opportunity by the horns right now by being in a lockdown in this pandemic, and experimenting in a digital way with NFTs right now, especially with what you're doing with the physical stuff. Do you want to jump into that a little bit, and then we can talk about the Crypto Queens event tomorrow? But I wanted to talk a little bit about those physical Moon Boys real quick. How are those going to be distributed? How are people going to be able to buy them? Do I buy the physical toy and then I get an NFT, or do I buy the NFT and then I get the physical toy?
Yeah, so we've produced toys already before. Vinyl toys, they're called urban toys or art toys, designer toys. You've got other artists, street artists like the likes of Cause that produce toys, popular culture. And yeah, so they're available. They're about 5 inches tall. They're all hand painted. They're all molded. They'll be available on our website end of next week. So you buy the physical toy. Then when you get the confirmation from purchasing the toy, there'll be a link that we're, again, put in there by hand to go to the Wax blockchain and get your one-of-one NFT to go with it.
I love that you said the Wax blockchain. I'm so ready for this, man. You have no idea.
I'm all over Wax blockchain. We've got so many things coming up with Wax blockchain in the next couple of months. It's ridiculous.
This fits in perfectly with what they do, too. This collectible market, these toys, I think it's incredible.
Yeah, and last night I saw the... Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I said it fits right in. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
did you
again,
see
seeing
the
the
Funko
Funko
Pop?
stuff.
Yeah, see the Funko stuff. It was sort of serendipitous.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great year, definitely.
It's funny though because now they got to look at you like competition. Otherwise, I mean, maybe we'll see Funko Pop Moon Boys. I don't think you'd be against a collaboration, would you?
Nah, that's what we do. It's all about collaboration. We're too old to have egos. You know what I mean? We've gone down that route trying to be competitive on the streets with our names and stuff. And again, it's just about collaborating. And the collaboration is the best thing for anyone, I think, trying to get into anything, because that creates more news.
Yep.
Rather than trying to come out with yourself. It can work, but again, that's why I think there's too many struggling artists in the world, because they're all just trying to do it by themselves for themselves. Whereas, like anything, if you've got more than two hands, it's always better to get things done and quicker to get things done.
Yeah, you got to give something back to your peers, kind of help them get where you got, because somebody helped all of us, you know? I mean, I didn't get here on my own. I know you didn't. I was kind of curious, have you gotten any pushback from like your graffiti community for kind of pushing this so far into the mainstream and kind of this new thing that's developed?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm old school when it comes to the UK graffiti world. But then you've got the guys that have been doing graffiti before me in New York and Philadelphia, 15 years before me in the early 70s. And when I got into graffiti, these guys were already in art galleries, producing artwork, selling for thousands of pounds. So that whole keeping it real went out the window. It still exists for newbies coming into the game, because obviously they ain't got much time to research what they're getting into. But when they do get into it, then they find out exactly that everything doesn't last forever. Everything goes to the top.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I encourage artists to kind of break out of those mindsets, you know, and just be more versatile. Don't be kind of like a teamer on everything. I don't know what we're defending half the time. So yeah, no, I love the way you guys do it. I love what you made of Ken behind him there too. I look at that a lot. I mean, the visual of it, the greenery behind him, the lights, and then just him standing there. Everything about it's so beautiful. I love it, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great day. I'm actually at the moment sitting down in front of the computer editing the video for it.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, it's going to be epic NFT. If that's the right word, that's what I'm calling them. We're going to release it as a MP4 and see what happens. If you're up for it, that is.
Absolutely, and that's the cool thing about with the Wax blockchain is, one NFT can technically have, 4 videos, 5 images, and all these different, aspects to it, as opposed to what like an Ethereum NFT is usually you see it, you get it, you see what you get what you see. It's one image, one NFT. On Wax, that one thing, if you look at the metadata, you could have an image, a video, a GIF, all different, all one NFT. So I can see this being a lot of fun for you when you get like the real hang of like Wax. It's gonna be fun. It's literally made to make your NFT art like a video game, because that's what Wax does. They do video games. Yeah,
I mean, I want to get into capsule collections as well. Where it's just chuck a load of things in there. Again, merchandise, physical toys, one-off-one NFTs. Just chuck it all into one package.
Yeah, bundles. I think that's right now. Yeah, capsules, bundles. That's what we're starting to see. Actually, people kind of want to get a little bit more for their money right now, because there's so many options. It's not like it used to be in 2017, 2018, where there was only a very limited amount of opportunities to, grab different collectibles. Right now, there's such a plethora that the collectors are kind of getting to that point of being greedy and wanting more. And I think that physical thing that you're doing with these, each being individually hand-painted, to me, that is... I can't even compare that value that has to something like machine-made toys like Funko Pop, right? Like, Funko Pop's cool and all, but they're not hand-painted. Not every one is going to be different in its own way. I think like what you're doing with the collectibles like this, like you said, with the capsules of coming with a bundle of physical and digital, like a toy box, right?
Exactly. T-shirts in there, chuck it all in there.
Yeah, the fact that they're hand painted, I think, is beautiful, and it goes perfectly with the graffiti vibe. You know, you want like the value of it is that the artist painted it. You know, like what else is there? Other than that, it would just be a cool picture, right? So, the fact that you're actually taking your hands and painting these things, and your team is doing this, I think it adds so much value to it, and it's actually a one-of-one piece of art, no matter if it's a one-of-one or not that way, because it was individually made.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
and we've got some great
so
other. And we've got physical toys lined up where YouTuber Crypto Crow, we're doing him a version of
I
physical
love
version
Crow.
of
That
him.
dude's hilarious.
Yeah. And
Have you ever seen him like?
Go on.
Have you ever seen him in perspective of other people? The dude's a giant.
Yeah, and that's what the toy is going to represent as well. I ain't going to give it away too much, but he's a tank.
Yeah,
He's going to represent it like a tank.
Exactly. I figured that would be the case. He's like, if my action figure was this tall, his would have to be like that tall.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And we've got another collab coming up with physical toys with Blockchain Heroes.
Oh,
we're bringing out a Genesis toy. That's going to be pretty dope.
That's awesome.
Pretty epic.
Hey, if you're listening, don't forget to check out the Blockchain Heroes right now on the Atomic Hub Marketplace. That's awesome that you're collaborating with them. Are you putting together those capsules that you were talking about? Like, is that something that, Graffiti Kings will be able to offer on their NFT store?
Yeah, 100%. That's the way we want to go. We want to come out, again, we're newbies in this space, and we want to make some noise. And we can come out and produce one-of-ones and blah, 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 like everyone else is doing, which is great. This is where it's got to here, but we want to come out and make a difference. And, come out with a bang, and I think we are.
Yeah,
we're doing
I want that box,
so many collaborations.
Yeah, and you're being individuals. That's what's cool about it.
It's almost like one of those subscription boxes. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm kind of thinking of, right? It's probably going to be like a subscription box where I get like a T-shirt, a hat, the physical, the NFT, and if you're working with the Blockchain Heroes and Joel and Travis, I've seen what they have done with the NFT shirts, where you can get an NFT and redeem it for a physical T-shirt to wear. So they do have a lot of cool tricks up their sleeves that are going to be really fun to play with.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, I wanted to mention this before we got too far in. We're almost at the halfway point. I do want to highlight, because we had Crypto Una on yesterday, and she forgot to mention that she's curating the Graffiti Queens event tomorrow that features over 200 digital artists and loads of special guests, including Pussy Riot, which is insanity, bro.
I know.
That is pretty legendary. So can you let the audience know a little bit about the Graffiti Queens event tomorrow, where they can find it, what time it starts, and a little bit about what Pussy Riot is doing with this collaboration?
Yeah. So again, a few months back, getting into this space, I'm all over the internet. I'm all over Twitter.
Yeah, you are. I
trying
love
to
it.
network. Yeah,
you would never know that you're not a 21-year-old. Like this dude's like a Gen Zer on the internet. I swear, way better at Twitter than me.
I'll be up a ladder painting walls, and none of this will be here. But yeah, so anyway, I'm on Twitter. Lockdown, nothing else to do apart from either via TV or just try and get things moving. So I'm getting things moving, and I'm reaching out to all these people. And then, and that's another thing I love about this space. The NFT community is just so welcoming. It's just immense. Obviously, I'm coming from the streets, and like I've been saying, everyone's got egos. It's all very male-orientated, and people of my generation, we're all now like mid-40s, late 40s, so you can imagine what's going on, especially if you come from this background of vandalism, and that, and many people ain't changed their way of life, and quite a few people are still living this attitude stuff. So I've been years and years trying to deal with that, and then I get into this space and everything's just like, wow, it's like the 60s. Everything's just all loving, everyone's just all over it, and and then Crypto Una gets in, and very, very welcoming. So at the same time, I'm reaching out to these brands saying, look, this is who we are, this is what we've been doing for years. We're now trying to get into this space. Can you help us? And I'll reach out to Decentraland. They obviously check out what we've been doing. They love what we're doing. And yeah, we come up with this idea to put on a show. They're building a skate park called, the Vegas Skate Park in Decentraland. It's going the art show that we're putting on, Graffiti Queens, is the opening event for the skate park. And yeah, so Yulna was all over Twitter. So I reached out to Yulna. She obviously been in this space for quite a while. Asked her nicely, putting on this event, would you like to be the creator of the event? And yeah, she gladly agreed, and she's just gone berserk. The amount of work she's put in has just been ridiculous. I ain't going to take no credit for this event, not at all. She's done everything. It's amazing. And yeah, so I've been sitting down doing what I've been doing. She's been on Twitter just like a tank, like just Terminator, just going berserk. And yeah, before you know it, she's rolled in the Pussy Riots and this person and this person, just name dropping. And I'm just like, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Right. And it's just, and she's just made it explode. And that's on. So anyway, that's the event's on the 3rd of April. It starts at 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'm not sure of the time zone now. It's gone right at my head, but it's on our Twitter. It's on right at the top, pinned post on Twitter.
UTC time. That's what I see right here. It says April 3rd at 8 p.m. UTC.
Yeah. And I so I was speaking to Decentraland last night, going back and forth via email. They sent, in fact, there's a sneak peek screenshot on Twitter of what the event looks like. So they built this great skate park. Get yourself into night mode. They've got a nice DJ set up with lasers going off in the air, artwork all around the walls on the skate park. It's amazing. Some Ready Player One shit.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Some real Ready Player One shit. I'm pretty excited for like the Decentraland development. I mean, this is still like kind of like year one for Decentraland's groundbreaking, land building. Like so many people are experimenting, but it's still so early to see like them doing something like this. I can't even imagine what they're gonna do a year from now. I posted the link in the comments right now for everybody. It's the Graffiti Queens Street Art Show, April 3rd, which is tomorrow. And yeah, it starts at 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. UTC, which is the time zone. So you can just type in UTC into Google, and Google will do the math for you to let you know what 8 p.m. is for your local time in UTC. It's obviously a free event, right? Like it's in Decentraland. You don't technically have to buy anything. You just have to like turn on your computer, log in with MetaMask, even if you want to go that far, and then go to the coordinates. I'm looking for the coordinates now. I see Yuna in the chat. Yuna, if you're aware, can you just like let us know the coordinates for people? But I did post a link to the event page in the live stream for everybody, and I'll do that again as well. Oh, and there is an after party. Crypto Yuna said in the comments right here, I see there is an after party. Decentraland is really great. I think what they're doing is badass. They, again, like you said, with the Ready Player One aspect of it, this is, I don't even know what to expect, honestly. I'm curious, though, what people expect, right? Like, we see what happens on Fortnite when Travis Scott does a Fortnite concert. It kind of started a lot of this, to be honest. Something like this, what we're doing is really mainstream inspirational. What you're doing, the Graffiti Kings, while collaborating with, Yuna for the Graffiti Queens, working with projects and companies, with the likes of like the Pussy Riot. This is getting, more mainstream involved in a less corporate takeover kind of way. It's all grassroots adoption, right? It's not really like corporate adoption. We don't need corporations holding artists' hands and showing them the ropes, right? We have other artists on-ramping other artists into the space and showing them the ropes. I'm curious, if there was somebody watching that may be a graffiti artist that's still technically doing their vandalism and haven't tried to approach their area in a way to do graffiti art in not so much of a vandalism, way, more so like to get their approval to do work in their area. How would you tell like somebody who's doing street art in a illegal way to go about getting some cooperation with their area to do street art for like convenience stores and stuff like that?
Get yourself online and just engage in communities and just build, just talk. Rather than, again, trying to do, it does happen doing things yourself, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And especially if you don't come from a hard grafting background, especially if you're young, you live in your life all wavy, do you know what I mean? There's not much structure going on for most that I know anyway. And so, yeah, trying to do things that don't seem like they're going anywhere is just, yeah, it's heartbreaking for many and they just give up.
Yeah.
So yeah, try and get yourself into some communities, talk to people, try and get some good feedback, and and collaborate as well. And in that way, I assume it will work quicker. And then that way, you ain't going to get disheartened if things ain't working. And the fact that you're working with people and you're bouncing with ideas back and forth, it's just going to inspire you even more.
Yeah, just love and community. You create the community around you, or you join one that's around you. Either way, it works. Whatever you have to do, but it's all like relationships, collaboration, that kind of stuff in any art form, whether it's, graffiti, traditional art, music. It's just about community and love for sure.
Yeah. Building families. And again, if it makes the world go round, man.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. No, exactly. That's what I mean. I know there might be people watching, and I know people that do street art in Philly. And I've, even for a few years, the artists that I know in Philly, I told them, why don't you just like go to a pizza store and just like ask them if you could paint the side of their building for free and just sign it or something. And then the next thing you know, a pizza store 2 blocks down, they might ask you to do it, right? And maybe 3 blocks down from that one, somebody's going to want to pay you to paint on their wall. And the next thing you know, you don't have to worry about the cops chasing you down the street for graffiti. You have business owners chasing you down the street because they want to pay you and hire you. You're sought after. And maybe even working with some street artists that have already gone down that route, like you mentioned with the collaborations. I'm curious though. Harv said stoked for the Graffiti Queens event. Yes. I'm curious, have you had any like weird crypto or even like internet cancel culture for like being graffiti kings and not being graffiti queens or something? Like I'm just curious, or is there like a battle between the kings and queens of graffiti? Is that what we're gonna see now? Because we see the graffiti queens with Una.
That'd be nice.
And you guys got the graffiti kings, so can we see like a battle of the graffitis?
Let's do it. That sounds great. In a fun way, definitely.
Yes, exactly.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, man. And that's the best thing. The best thing about this space. Just like Graffiti Queens, there's no rules. There's no rules in graffiti. So that's how we thought we'd plan this event. There's no rules, so there was no sign up. There's no pre-approval, good or bad. Everyone's good. You can't please everyone. So that was it. Yeah. Just everyone was invited and everyone got involved. Not one person was turned away. We only had space for 70 people to take part in Decentraland. We didn't think it was going to grow that big. Within days, Una's like on Twitter saying, this is just going berserk. We need more space. I'm going back to Decentraland. They're like, look, we can't give you Decentraland. You've just got this plot. So Una reached out to other people with spaces. And the Graffiti Queens after party was created. And all the other artists that didn't get in touch in time, we got them spaces elsewhere that were advertising as for the after party, Graffiti Queens after party. So and it's just evolving into all these other places. It's just growing and growing and growing. So I'm sure the next one's just going to be even better. We're going to need a skyscraper in
I was just going to say,
time.
there are a few people that have like skyscrapers that are built in Decentraland. I think Stella Belly, she's got a decent sized plot in Crypto Voxels, right? So have you checked out like Crypto Voxels as well as Decentraland and maybe
Yeah.
I'm curious, would you consider using all of these different multiverses, or is it are you just focusing on Decentraland for now?
No, all over. Give love to everyone.
Nice.
Would you come over to Superworld and talk to me?
Yeah, man.
I'm the
Just
NFT
smart,
guy
man,
there,
and
so
I'm
yeah. So like, I've got some plots we could use.
Yeah, I mean
we'll figure
this
something out,
painting
man.
right here. This
would be so good for what we do.
What Nathan could do is he could actually take this piece of art and lock it geographically to where it's at. So when you take out your phone to look at it,
Yeah.
it's always there in that geographical location on planet Earth.
And another layer is when people go to see this in real life, what's behind Ken, you could have NFTs there in Superworld that they could collect or claim or purchase. And maybe those would be redeemable for toys, or if you sell them a toy, they could go to this location and get the NFT. Kind of bringing people to the art instead of the art bringing people. Do it backwards. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and we're working on ideas at the moment. We're always on the streets painting. Whether it's for brands or for ourselves, we're always painting and coming up with some QR codes. So again, with the next Kenny one, we're painting it on the wall. There'll be a QR code on the wall. You can next minute, whoever gets to scan it gets taken over to the website, and they can get the NFT.
That's gonna be that's
awesome.
That's where people are gonna go nuts trying to drive to physical places fast. Like it's like the TV show, like it was like 20 years ago, The Amazing Race, where everybody would just get in their car and try to drive across the country the fastest. It's like, there's an NFT right there, but you have to drive there and get it first. And it's like, you know how many people are going to be racing to find this this Kenny B Graffiti Kings mural if there's an NFT behind it?
Dude, I consulted with a company earlier this week, and they were concerned that it would bring too much traffic and cause like an incident. So they're like, dude, this idea would work too good. We need something that would be scaled back and that would get less sales, essentially, is what they're telling me, because they couldn't afford a stampede,
But this is where I want to try to maybe extrapolate on top of this, and I don't even know if I pronounced that word right because words are
extrapolate.
Hard. What he said.
Extrapolate.
I want to talk more about something on top of this. Kind of coming from a street artist that's really kind of getting the bearings of NFTs and using NFTs for art. It's, what advice maybe would you have for somebody like Banksy, who I feel like a lot of us are really waiting to see experiment with this? Would you have any advice for Banksy, or how would you maybe like to see an artist like Banksy get involved with NFTs?
It's just a matter of time. I'm sure he's going to drop some. Even the odds are he's going to drop one.
Already has.
Yeah.
We just don't know about it. It's just under a different name.
One. You reckon?
But I know.
Okay. I'll give him a bell.
You gotta really search a few of the platforms, and you'll know it when you see it. I'll say that.
So is Pranksy the real Banksy? Is that what you're trying to say? No.
The real Banksy is unverified on one of these platforms.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Now you're making me want to go buy a bunch of these unverified NFTs.
I can't, I really can't say more because the community I'm a part of, I'll get a little in trouble. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these people are already out there kind of doing social experimentation, seeing what would happen if people didn't know it was their name on it. Kind of
got somebody
checking their own egos and stuff. It's interesting.
That he has a spot in Decentraland if you want to use it. I think exactly like what Darren was saying earlier is like
this community.
The people are going to be donating plots and doing a lot of these. I could see this growing into like a year festival, sort of like the Burning Man of Decentraland kind of a thing, where hopefully we can get a Graffiti Queens Decentraland
cool.
yearly event, and maybe we could do a Graffiti Kings yearly event, which would be just badass. And I could see a lot of people doing this in a decentralized way, because people have that land in Decentraland. You can do whatever you want with it. You know, you could, Harv,
Yeah.
why don't you, you know, go to the Graffiti Queens event in Decentraland tomorrow and then see if you could help, you know, some of the artists display some of their art in your Decentraland parcel. And I think that's what we're probably going to see a lot of tomorrow in Decentraland is, you know, sort of what you see artists do today when they're walking around town. And, you know, you're going to run into somebody who's like, hey, I have a cafe. Oh, I have art. Can I hang my art in your cafe wall? And that's sort of what I just saw, like when Harv said, hey, I have Decentraland spot. You know, go find an artist at the event tomorrow and maybe you could help them by displaying their art in your Decentraland. And what I think's really cool is you can buy art in Decentraland. Like, you know, the way that they've set it up, it almost feels like a virtual Walmart experience. You know, you walk in, you shop around, and some people have these, you know, paintings on the wall, but they have these I don't know, like a plaque underneath of it where you can basically go right to the shop on like OpenSea and buy it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. At some point, when you go to the skate park, not tomorrow, but maybe in the next month, we're creating some wearables with Decentraland and some pretty cool things you're going to be able to do with the wearables that ain't been done before.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool. I got a few wearables in Decentraland that have like weird tool use to it. Like if I'm wearing a certain t-shirt, I can actually get into a certain building, but if I'm not wearing that t-shirt, I cannot get into that building. And
It's like the Free Ross building.
yeah, the
Kind of how you have to have the
Free Ross,
NFT.
yeah, the Free Ross building. If you don't have the NFT, you can't get in, and if you have certain ones, you can get on certain floors, which is pretty cool. You know, it's almost like wearing a uniform for work when you try to walk into like a government building. You know, if you have your work uniform, you can just walk in. But if you're not wearing that, you know, that skin in Decentraland, you can't walk into that building. So yeah, I can see a lot of cool gamification that you could do in Decentraland with the wearables, which
Yeah.
like there's not a lot of different, you know, things being done. So I am interested to see what you're gonna do because you know you have a pretty cool mind's eye, bro. I like the way that you're really diving into the space and doing it different. Like you sort of are kind of giving a lot of people a good I don't want to say a roadmap or whatever, but like a blueprint. You're giving people a really good blueprint of what to do if they're an artist and getting involved, you know, with like from the collaborations that you've been doing and getting involved in to the physical stuff, getting more involved with the NFTs from physical to now organizing these events. I mean, have you considered purchasing a spot inside of Decentraland and just having it be like the Graffiti Kings gallery or museum and just kind of starting like your own, I don't want to say production or studio, but for lack of a better example, you know, like an NFT art union?
100%. I'm just waiting for the ball run to finish, cash out, and
Yeah.
buy something big.
Yes, dude, that's what I want to see, like a NFT graffiti coalition or union or something. You know, a big old spot in Decentraland where all of these artists can come together, and yeah, it would be cool to see people actually graffitiing on like the walls of people's buildings in Decentraland. That's the world I
That'd be
want to
cool.
virtually live in.
Maybe.
You could actually do that in Super World. You could create like a filter where you've graffitied over somebody's building and stuff. I think a lot of platforms are going to have that kind of vandalism element, but you just don't have to engage with it if you don't want to.
You can like choose to turn
which is
on
kinda
like
cool.
like not safe
can
for
turn it
work,
off.
right? You can just turn off not safe for work, and
Right.
don't
You can
see
just like,
anything like that.
yeah, you can kind of like block that layer, so to speak.
Yeah,
I think a
it's
lot
like
of
night
platforms will be doing that. Yeah, like night mode kind of.
Oh,
You just press a button and it's gone.
Yeah.
yeah, I think different artists will probably have different filters too for the real world. I could see, you know,
Oh yeah.
using
You can
my
instantly
phone
filter.
to look around, and maybe I could buy the Graffiti Kings or Graffiti Queens NFT, and if I have the NFT, and when I'm looking through the world, I could turn on the graffiti filter. So whenever I'm looking around, I could see the graffiti in the virtual world, in the physical world, through my phone, through
Getting
owning that filter as an NFT.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like in
100%.
Decentraland in real life though, where you know, your that thing pops up because you're at the wall where the artist originally did the thing, and you could buy an NFT, or even on Wax, buy like the gift shop version, an infinite version of that NFT. So I think it's like really cool.
So I know you said that the Moon Boys are going to be ready relatively soon. Are there? I don't know if I've seen the price points. Is there like a public price available for these so people can get their crypto ready?
No, not yet. We still ain't come to that price yet.
I would
give them
say,
to us.
I would have to tell you, and I'll be honest, and I don't want to do this because it's going to hurt. You should auction them all off. You should auction them all off one by one, because I don't know how you're going to be able to put a price on this shit, man. It's like literally priceless.
They're all custom painted. I mean, they're all works of art.
Yeah, and for the last, definitely for the last month where they've been public on Twitter, the amount of DMs we've had and people just laying out prices, like, again, there's hundreds, and in some cases there's like £1,000 difference, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, where do we go from here? I didn't get into this place to make money.
Yep.
I do well with the brand already, Graffiti Kings. I'm just having fun. Loads of fun, as you can see what we're doing. We just wanted to do something different, and they're already sold. If I just reach out to all the people in the DM, that ain't fair. So maybe that's a good thing to do. Actually, just stick them out online for auction and just let it ride. To see what happens.
Let us fight for the toys in the playground, and instead of black eyes, we're just gonna use bidding and currencies. And I think, that might be the fairest way to do it for you as the artist and us as the buyers, so you don't have to tell us what it's worth. We'll tell you what it's worth. And a potential model could be the first one that you auction off. Whatever the settlement is, probably should be what the starting bid is for the next one.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Exactly. No rush.
Yeah, like why rush it? you have all the time in the world. The other thing about leaving too much money on the table with that by pricing it too low is these are so desirable. Some rich investor could come and game theory this, buy them all up, reprice them all. So you definitely want to avoid that too, because then even though it's not about the money, they would make it about the money, and your hard work goes ignored. So it's definitely good to kind of view it that way too.
Man, this is why we need Christie's auction house. Is that what you're saying, bro? Do we need to get Christie's involved and get people over here? And
we'll start our own. We'll have Kenny's auction house.
Auction house.
Yeah. We already started the Kenny's Pennies, the Kenny's. So like he's gonna have his own crypto. It's all gonna be like pegged to 1 cent.
Stable coin. Yeah, I have my own stable coin. It's stable to 1 penny.
It'll be stable to 1 penny just to be annoying. Because nobody likes pennies, we'll just troll everybody. But yeah, this would be
just to have a tether.
That'd be really annoying for sure.
So, are you using the Wax blockchain for the Moon Boys as well as Ethereum, or just Wax? Are you going to use multiple different blockchains, multiple marketplaces, or are you just going to use like maybe just the Wax blockchain for this and the Ethereum blockchain for other things?
Just Wax at the moment. What we're doing. So we've got the physical toys.
Yeah.
That you can see, they come with a one-off-one NFT, and then in about 4 weeks we've got a trading card pack coming out with Our Planet. They're gonna be releasing the Crypto Moon Boys trading cards. So that's gonna be huge on blockchain on the Wax. I'm literally getting in front of the computer just all day, just designing them, making sure they look nice and tight. So we've got about maybe 40 odd trading cards, Crypto Moon Boys trading cards coming out
from Our Planet.
With Our Planet.
That is badass, dude. They're actually one of my favorite projects right now.
Yeah, I'm an Ether millionaire.
Yeah, you
are. I mean, I love I am, dude. I am not kidding. I love Our Planet for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that comes out next month. So the Moon Boys, the physical toys will be out before then. And then the trading pack comes out 3 to 4 weeks later, and then after that, then in mid-May, we've got a Graffiti Kings trading card pack coming out with R2 collectibles that on the Wax blockchain.
R2 as well, dude. You're collaborating with all my favorite bros right now. This is so epic.
This is crazy.
I can't tell you the level of FOMO is probably up here right now for me, especially with the Art Planet. I actually just did a collaboration with R2 on their cartoons. And
Yeah, you work with both of them.
yeah, but it's just like all my friends
We're all family
are
here.
friends, and I love it.
It's cool.
I love when my friends become friends with each other, and it's like you go over one of your friends' houses, and one of your other friends is there, and you're like, "Wait, you guys know each other?"
Yeah, and we got a sneaky drop in cartoons as well.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
right. That's right. You are sneaky. I did see that around the water cooler, but I don't feel like any that's really being mentioned. So I don't know if we want to. Do you want to talk about that?
You got to link up with Dingleberries
that's
too.
what I was
I didn't
saying.
say nothing.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. Just keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, I can't say too much myself because I worked with R2 in the cartoons, but I am in the group chats. I see the water cooler talks, and I know what not to spoil alert and what to spoil alert. So you guys really, when you're getting involved with NFTs, the biggest advice I could give you is join that community and become a friend of that community before you become an investor in it. If you become a community member before you decide to invest in somebody's art, you'll end up just buying it to buy it out of love, and you won't be speculating on it anymore. So join way more communities and get into the collaborative mindset. How could people maybe reach out to you and collaborate with you if they want to collaborate? How's that conversation start? How do you prefer people to reach out to the Graffiti Kings if they want to maybe organize like a Graffiti Junior event for all the kids in Decentraland?
Right.
How could somebody
Yeah.
reach out to you and get something
Be cool.
started?
Twitter's the best way.
Okay.
I'll be
Due to
DMing you
lockdown,
then.
I've just got the phone stuck in my hand 24/7 in front of the computer 24/7. So I'm always here.
You're really living the lifestyle, bro. I dig
Living
it.
it.
You can't get away. It's 24/7 here, man. I mean,
Mate,
It is.
I'm just waiting for September when we come out of lockdown. We're putting on a music festival because we've got it's the Graffiti Kings. We've got we've got a hip hop label. We've got our own online radio station.
Yep.
The guys behind the radio station, they're organising a big festival for 10,000 people in September. It's open air, got huge marquees, funfair and everything. That's in the UK.
I
So, yeah, I
promise
can't
you,
wait for that.
if the borders are open and they're allowing Americans to travel like, normal, I promise you I will be there because that is only one flight away.
Yeah, man.
Samesies.
Everyone's welcome.
September, that is plenty time to prepare if I can.
It's a lot of
travel.
time.
Unfortunately, I can't even really plan for it because I can't even buy a ticket to get on a flight right now. They won't let me.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't leave the country. Can't. Nobody really can. It's so hard now, man. It's such a a bummer. But at least for now, we have the Decentraland event tomorrow at 8 p.m. What is it again? The time zone was weird. It was
It's UTC.
UTC. I'm Eastern, so yeah.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, that old chestnut. And anywhere you are in the world, you can attend this event. It's free. You don't have to buy an NFT. I don't even think you need a MetaMask wallet to just like go to Decentraland and like just walk around or whatever to a parcel, right?
No ideas.
I think you just click the link. Like you could probably click the link on Twitter or something even.
Yeah,
And just
like,
kinda go on your
teleport
phone.
there, yeah. I don't think
No,
it
they
works
need
on
to
your
Zoom.
phone, man. I don't think Decentraland works on
Oh
your
yeah,
phone.
okay. It might be
That was
computer only.
CryptoVoxel.
CryptoVoxel is phone, okay.
Yeah.
And they also have a Zoom feature, which I think Decentraland is working on at this moment, right? Or do they have it now?
I don't know if it's active yet.
I know that people are adding elevators to things to solve that problem.
Yeah.
It's pretty, there's some ingenuity.
So there's going to be live music tomorrow in this event by your Graffiti Kings radio. So you'll actually be
Ooh.
providing the music tomorrow for this event in Decentraland. Do you
Yeah.
collaborate with musicians as well with that? Like you do collaborate with artists with your art? If somebody makes music, would they be able to maybe get put on the Graffiti Kings radio station?
Oh, all the time. We do that all the time.
Oh, cool. I own dude, I bought music, so hear this out. Somebody,
Yeah.
shout out to Juan Fitty, because I bought his NFT. somebody was selling their music, but like all the legal rights, royalties, distribution, the whole like, I like legally own the whole song. So it's my song. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. I could put it in a movie.
Right.
I could put it on the radio. It's my song. So, but it's made by another person. I just bought the NFT for a couple $100, and now I own the music. I would love to see if I could get that some airtime. On
We got to make it number one. How crazy would that be? Huh?
Can we pump my bags, please?
We just wait.
Yeah,
If you own all the rights and distribution, and everything, can't you put your name? Not say that you did it. Just put your name in front of their name, and then we'll act like it's your music.
Well, it is my music.
I know, that's the point. They allowed you. They gave you the rights to do whatever you want.
That was
So it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be bad.
That was Patrick Booth from One Fitty. My bro sold it on Mintable.app, and it is a beautiful NFT. It actually came with what Darren was talking about earlier, was physical swag as well. So I bought this NFT. Came with a hat, T-shirt, I think a CD with the
Nice.
song on it as well. Just recently, the other day, I got an NFT that comes with a hard drive with an entire, Oscar-nominated documentary on it.
Yes. dude.
So
I can't believe he gave you that. That's so
me
good.
neither, dude. But I mention this because I think what you've done with those viral videos, you have a treasure trove of potential NFT content. Have you thought about going back into your vault of edited videos and releasing them as like mint one of one NFTs and doing things with your
Yeah.
older stuff?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, exactly. I'm stuck in front of a computer. I've got a catalogue of artworks that go back years and years and years. And that's what's coming in the Graffiti Kings R2 collection. We've got a few
Cool.
old school stuff in there. Some 1 minute time lapse videos of the artwork being created. We put some music over it. So that'll be coming out.
All right, cool. So we can actually get the retro, because who were we talking to the other day, Nathan, where they were debating, do people want new things or old things? But yeah, I think it starts with the old, right? Like if I'm going to start collecting new art by an artist, I'm going to try to figure out where their old art may be, and start there as well. I definitely think that is a better way to kind of jump into this space. If you're an artist right now and you have some mural art, maybe that you posted on Instagram, you can go and use that to kind of have something already put together for your NFTs. So if you're an artist that has an Instagram with a bunch of art, you have a bunch of NFTs waiting to be minted. You can come right out of the gate with 1,000 NFTs because you have 1,000 pieces of art that you've already made and curated on your Instagram. That's a treasure chest. You just have to crack it open. So that's why I brought that up with, what you've been doing over the years. I feel like people would find a lot of value, not just in, because, they're mint one of ones or whatever, but because of that nostalgicness of it. That's a 5-year-old video that was now turned into an NFT. That's I don't know what to say, for lack of a better explanation. It's like immortalizing history. It's like
exactly.
going back in time and future-proofing, history.
Yeah. It hasn't got to be new. No way.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of people are worried that they have to find out what to do now and how to create something new to fit this. And a lot of artists that I'm talking to, it's like you already have plenty of NFT quality art. You don't have to start new. Just start with what you already have and then work your way up to today. And I think that might be a better route to go, especially for physical artists. A lot of people are using their iPads today, but we still have physical artists that paint on a canvas and take a photo of that canvas. That's who it was. It was our boys from Hong Kong. He was the one debating if people wanted new things or old things.
Ricker Choi?
Yes.
And then
Choi.
Andrew Wagner?
Yeah, it was Wagner and Choi.
Yeah.
He was debating whether or not people would want his old art or if they would just want his new art. And turns out we want both.
We want everything. That's the thing. You want everything from the artist you like. That's why, napkin doodles from Picasso will sell for $100,000 or something like that. Also, we talk about future proofing with graffiti. The fact that a lot of stuff will get painted over eventually, or torn down. The fact that it could like live eternally on the blockchain, I think it's beautiful.
100%. Yeah, exactly. And that's another reason why. Yeah, the internet. That's how graffiti's evolved as well over the years.
Yep.
Now you don't even have to paint the streets. You've now got guys that are on King Spray doing it virtually.
Yeah,
and they're creating
so cool.
great pieces of art in them virtual worlds. And art is art. Street art does, whether it's on a virtual street or on the real street, it's someone's creating it.
Right. You think it may lose something though virtually as we move more into like that virtual street art rather than physical street art? Because I grew up in Philly, and there still are certain buildings or train track overpasses, things like Franklin Del Roosevelt, the skate park, FDR skate park. They're places that are pretty like prominent for being a popular place to paint or graffiti, but it's not just because of the art itself, but it's because of who painted on that wall 10 years ago, and people just want to paint on the same wall as you. So they see they see this, and they're like, all right, where is that wall? I want to get on that wall too, because by the time they find it, it'll probably be a blank wall or something else will already be on top of it. So they like to build on top. Using NFTs, I feel like, a lot of artists aren't really that tech savvy, but it is very possible to do something very similar in that sense where, like you mentioned, the next time you do a wall mural like this, it could have an NFT there that if you go and do it, you could get it. The next time somebody does a piece of art on that mural, potentially could have the same thing. So now it's always sort of like the first person to kind of find that art, that wall, after every time somebody touches it, you'll be able to get like a Matryoshka doll, one of those Russian nesting dolls of NFTs, but a physical art as well. So 20 different artists may paint on this wall after you, but if I was the first person to get there after each artist, I could have an NFT of each filter or each layer to that wall physically, virtually. And that is going to involve a lot of collaboration with street artists to maybe get in touch with each other and work things out digitally and have that what's that, Mr. Robot, plan where it's like, it's very methodical. That's why I'm interested to see somebody like Banksy get involved, because I have a feeling whatever Banksy's going to do, he's going to try to break this, ruin it, and make it all fall apart in one fell swoop. And
You reckon?
I do. I really do. And I don't know how he's going to do it. But I think it might be through a giant collaborative event where there might be like 1,000 street artists. And the next thing you know, there's 1,000 Banksy wall murals that all come with NFTs at the same time. How would you know which one was real and which one wasn't? And what if Banksy claimed them all?
People already don't know his work when they see it a lot of times.
All the time, dude. All the time. I feel like
that's what I was saying earlier.
When we were in Philadelphia, how many times did we stop and go, I wonder if this is by the Picasso of our time, and we just don't know who this street artist is. But this art is awesome, but I don't know who art I'm appreciating. For all I know, it could be Banksy. You never really know, bro.
Yeah. But then it's not a Banksy.
That's true.
Well, sometimes artists want to see what happens if you don't know it's them. There's a lot of this, like, how much do you love me because of my reputation? Where everything I put out is gold. Or, if I did this anonymously, would you care?
Well, that's why
there's a lot of people testing themselves right now.
That's why I think the auctions are going to do Darren a justice here. If the Graffiti Kings do the auction for these Moon Boys, I think that'll be best for everybody. You know what I mean? But that's also the community saying, this is what we value. This is what we... instead of the business side of it saying, this is what you should value us. This is what you should value us. Because after that, the secondary market does that anyway. You know, they'll say, all right, maybe I paid $3,000 for this, but I really much rather have my $1,000 back. I'll take $2,000 loss. Why would you want that to be reflected on the secondary market when you could prevent that on the first sale, and then you could watch the secondary market grow from there instead of shrink from there?
Yeah, and it's all about the secondary market as well. If you ain't got one, then you ain't doing anything.
What's the limit on these Moon Boys? Are there like 100 or less? Or I'm curious.
No, so there's 20 yellow versions that you're seeing behind me.
Fuck.
And then we've got a 1-of-1 gold version.
Oh, I'm gonna go so broke, bro. You only made 21 of them?
Yeah, in that color range. So again,
you're gonna get all my wax, and I'm so nervous.
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot of wax from me. I've spent like $6,000 on art this week, so I really shouldn't be doing that.
I know, I can't wait because I don't have Ethereum. And
it's so
I'm
stupid.
not gonna lie, bro. I bought Nathan. You were there. He was there. I bought a whole Ethereum to buy the what was it? The bus NFT that you did, the 1-of-1.
Dude, I've seen you do two funny things that people kill for.
My Ethereum though, Darren said that the bus was already sold.
Dude, I saw you buy Ethereum, and then I also saw you buy a fiat wallet. So these are two things that a lot of people would be shocked to even see you do, because you talk trash on ETH, and you hate paper money. And I got to witness both.
Well, the cool thing about this wallet, Darren, check this out.
It's
if I
so
take
good.
my phone, hold on, I just got to turn it on and open the screen. All right, once my phone is on, I take my wallet and I tap it to the back of it. And it opens up my Bitcoin wallet. Now I can send Bitcoin and receive Bitcoin because I have my... It's pretty badass. So I guess we could wrap things up right now. I want to give another shout out to Crypto Una. Thank you so much for coming on yesterday. Sorry, we totally forgot to talk about the Graffiti Queens event. And
Uniswap.
you, bro. Yeah, Uniswap. Thank you so much. I really this means so much to me. I really appreciate it. And then you coming on the podcast. I will be in Decentraland tomorrow. It is 8 p.m. To 11 p.m. UTC. It's in Decentraland. Here's the link one more time for everybody in the chat. Please go ahead and share that link with everybody. I want to see us break the internet. I want Decentraland to crash. I want to break it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's hard fork Decentraland.
Fuck yeah, man.
I love you, man.
So shout outs to everybody in the chat. I really appreciate all the super chats. Sorry we didn't get around to all of them today. Anthony sent a $11 Euro chat, said, I can't wait to see players with QR codes that are given NFTs to the lucky ones with some huge prices sometimes during Super Bowl, for example. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
You know, the first person to scan a QR code during a live Super Bowl commercial, all that's definitely coming. He sent another $22 Euro, said, what's up, bros? Thank you so much for the donation, Anthony. And Just Learn Crypto, they sent a donation of $4.20 Canadian. I appreciate the donations. Thank you all. Senor Lupe, he said that we are in a position to create the rules, not follow them. Absolutely, we're setting the rules.
Yeah.
If a music artist makes a 1-of-1 song NFT and you buy it, doesn't the original artist also have the ability to sell another? It depends on the metadata. Yes and no. So the way that I bought that music in the metadata, I own it. That was because it's more of like a handshake deal between me and the artist. I bought the NFT. They said, hey, you own it now, but there's no legal government body that acknowledges the ownership of music just because you own an NFT. That's not a thing yet, but we're all.
That's how Banksy breaks NFTs. He just creates 1-of-1 over and over and over the same thing.
Over.
And then it's that's what I've told a bunch of people.
There's still going to be the first mint 1-of-1 because of the timestamp.
Yeah.
It's almost like Pollock's Campbell soup cans.
But a lot of people wouldn't know to look.
Like Campbell soup can. Next thing you know, there's 1,000 1-of-1 Pollock Campbell soup cans, but there is still a first one the second one, and then the last one. The only problem is we're not really sure which one was the first one or the last one. But with NFTs, if Banksy wanted to do that, we would know exactly what order all those ones of ones were. So it's almost not the same. To be honest, it's weird, dude. But it is almost not the same.
We do a one of one on each platform separately. I mean, there's just ways to devalue
blockchains.
Yeah, so I mean, there's ways to just devalue it to a point where, like, if you were already that big of an artist and you just wanted to like poke a hole in something to make a statement,
yeah,
there's ways to do it for sure. And like, I don't know if he'd want to be the guy to do it because like this is kind of a renaissance for art going on.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm saving up all my allowance. I'm doing more chores around the house, and I'm probably going to go sell blood to make sure I have enough wax to get one of these.
Give me those.
I know I shot myself in the foot by telling you to auction it off, but I honestly mean it would probably do the best that way. Letting people decide what they're willing to bid on it.
Sounds good.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm in a bid war right now over a fucking penguin. It's just a picture of a penguin, and I really fucking want it. And whoever knows
is that you now?
No, it's not you. But whoever knows I want it, they keep outbidding me, and it's really pissing me off because it's just one fucking penguin. Just let me have the penguin. I know they're only bidding against me because they know it's me bidding on it.
You need a different wallet.
I know. I need an anonymous wallet. I 100% need an anonymous wallet, man. I guess we should probably wrap things up, though. I don't want to keep him too long. He's got a whole life to get to, guys. Don't forget to go to the Decentraland tomorrow for the Graffiti Queens Street Art Show. Again, April 3rd, 8 p.m. UTC by Crypto Una. And it's at the Vegas City Skate Park. So if you're in Decentraland, just keep an eye out for that. We're going to be able to see 200 plus digital artists as well as Pussy Riot. So, yeah, I'm going to be there. I hope to see you all there. As always, have a day, bros.
Have a day. We love you.
And let me just say to everyone that retweeted and got involved in the Twitter competition, everyone gets an NFT. Just make sure they get their wax wallet and I'll send them all out. Everyone.
Everyone is a winner. Do you hear that? Everybody is a winner. So if you have a wax wallet, comment your wax wallet at Graffiti Kings. Let us know and share this with your friends. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. That's love.
No worries, guys.
Love. All right, bros.
Thanks
We're
for having
me.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. It's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep.
Hello, happy bro bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.